I've just realised I forgot to put one of my earrings in. I'm just gonna go straight in. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my first ever Q&A. I put a status up on Facebook the other day asking you guys to ask me all your travel questions, so hopefully I can answer them for you. I've got a lot of questions, so I'm going to split it into 2 videos. So if your question isn't on this video, check out the next one. Question number 1, how do you keep yourself entertained on a long haul flight? So I make sure all my electronic devices are all charged and you've got plenty of music and movies on there. But most of the time with long haul flights, the aeroplanes actually provide all that anyway, so it's not a necessity. But if you're going to try and sleep to pass the time a bit quicker, what I recommend doing is putting in some earplugs and noise cancelling headphones, and you can't even tell you're on a plane, you just zonk out, you go. I think my eyelashes fell off. Okay, another thing is make sure you've got plenty of snacks, just in case you don't like the aeroplane food. And when you're bored, it's always nice to eat loads more anyway. Question number 2, where is your next trip after lockdown? Me and Ronan were supposed to go to a music festival in Berlin in September, and unfortunately it's been cancelled because of the whole lockdown thing, but the flights haven't been cancelled. If we are still allowed to travel then, we will probably go there anyway. Also in September, October time, we were looking into going to Bali, and I've wanted to go there for years now, but it all just depends on if the flights are available or not. We always take our big trips in like September, October, January time, but it all depends on when lockdown's over. If we can't take any big trips in those months, chances are we'll probably just travel around Spain. Question number 3, which is your favourite place to travel and why? This is like hands down Thailand for me because there's so many different parts, so there's something for everyone really. We tend to book to go to places which are hot with nice beaches and loads of activities and stuff. And Thailand's really cheap, there's amazing food, really cool people. You can get massages whenever you like, which is like every day for us. I just think it's an all-round really cool place to go, and I'd recommend anyone to go there. And if you are looking to travel around Asia, Thailand is a really good place to start because it's really westernised. Question number 4, where is one holiday destination you've been to that you would not recommend and why? There isn't anywhere we've been that I didn't necessarily like. There's places we've been that I thought were a bit overrated, but that was just my own opinion, and everyone's opinions are different. What I like might not be what you like. And everywhere you go, you learn new things and you meet new people or learn about new cultures, so everywhere you go is an experience. Question number 5, do you research a place before you visit? If so, how's the best way to do so? This is a really good question. I always do my research before I go anywhere. Most of the time I just go on YouTube and watch travel vlogs because you get to see those places from other people's personal experiences. You get to see what the place is like before you go. So you get to see if it's the kind of place that you would like to go to. Another thing we do is just look on Google and type in things to do in each place and just see what stands out to me and see what kind of activities that I would like to do. But just make sure you've got a pen and paper, and everything you research, just write it down and make notes. And you can always take those with you on your trips as well. Question number 6, which country out of the ones you've been to have the friendliest people? I've got to say, Ireland. Irish people are by far the nicest people I've ever met. My boyfriend is Irish, and when we met he lived over there, and I used to go over there every 2 weeks to go and stay with him. And every time I was over there I'd be meeting new people, not just his friends and family, but it's so much easier to meet people over there. You get people to stop and talk to you everywhere you go, and it's just so friendly. And if you're a female solo traveller, that would be one place I'd start because everyone just makes you feel so welcome. Question number 7, what is your favourite thing you've eaten while travelling? Hands down, pad thai. And not just any old pad thai, but the one I made myself. We went to a cooking class last time we were in Thailand, and it was just amazing. We learned how to make all sorts: tom yum soup, pad thai, red curry, mango sticky rice, and it was all amazing. If you want to watch the video to that, I'll leave a link in the description below. But that's definitely my favourite thing I've eaten while travelling. Question number 8, is it difficult to communicate with a language barrier? No. What me and Ronan tend to do is, before we go anywhere, we learn a few of the basic words in that language, like hello, goodbye, please, thank you, like just the basics. It just shows a level of respect and that you're trying. And when they see that you're trying with them, they'll try with you, because chances are, most places you go, most people will speak English anyway. Question number 9 is, how do you travel on a budget? One thing that I would highly recommend is, if you do want to travel everywhere eventually and you're not too bothered where you go, is go on Skyscanner, put destination everywhere and put the dates that you'd like to go, and Skyscanner will choose the cheapest places to fly on the dates that you've chosen. So that's how I've chosen a lot of the little city breaks that I've done. Another thing, some of the places that we've gone to, we've used Airbnb, and sometimes this involves staying in a house with other people, and if you've never done it before it might seem really weird, but it's not actually as weird as you think. You get your own room, your own privacy, and you're not really in a room that much anyway, so I think it's a really good way to save money. We also make sure that we've got lots of other apps to check different hotel prices, because Airbnb might not be the cheapest sometimes. They sometimes have extra costs, so you've got to make sure you check all of that. Sometimes it might be cheaper to stay in a hotel, but make sure you've got all the apps and then you can check and compare all the prices. Another thing that we do when we go away is, when we get to a place, we'll go to a local supermarket and buy a few ingredients for breakfast and stuff. So in the morning, save going out and spending the money on the breakfasts every morning, which can all add up. We just cook our own breakfasts, and sometimes we'll make a packed lunch to take out in the daytime as well. And when we're at the supermarket as well, even just picking up a few bottles of water, that'll save you going to cafes during the day and spending money on things that you don't need to. It's just all things like that really that you can do that will save you money in the long run. Question number 10. What is the most tragic, scary moment you've had while travelling? Well, the most tragic moment we had was last time we went to Thailand. We were on a day trip and we were swimming with turtles, and I took my GoPro out with me, and somehow, I don't know how because it's supposed to be waterproof, but water was getting inside, so it just broke on me, and I'm absolutely gutted that I don't have that on film, because how often do you get to swim with sea turtles? But yeah, that's probably the most tragic moment I've had. And the most scary moment has to be when we were in Phi Phi Islands last year. We went on a day trip and the boat pulled over at night so we could swim with plankton, and it pulled over and there was a little beach in the distance, and some people were jumping off the boat to go and swim to the beach, and me and Ronan decided to, and we got about halfway and everyone on the boat was shouting, "Come back." So we couldn't really hear them that well, so we came back anyway. But a lot of people had already been on the beach and they didn't know, but the floor was covered in sea urchins. And oh my god, we're so lucky we didn't go on the beach. When we got back to the boat and everyone was swimming back, everyone was screaming, and when they were climbing back on the boat, their blood was like everywhere. They had all the spikes from the sea urchins all stuck in their feet and their hands, and they had to go to A&E to get it all pulled out, and it was horrible. It was really scary, and we were so lucky it wasn't us. Like, it could have been us. That was a close call. That was probably the most scariest moment we've ever had. But yeah, that's all my questions for this week. Make sure to tune in next week for part 2. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. But if you do have any suggestions on videos that you would like to see me do, please leave me a comment below. And other than that, I'll see you next week. Bye! Blah, 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 blah. You know what the hardest thing is? Giving eye contact to this thing, because I don't know where the middle is. Come on, all the wind, might as well just get it all done now. Who knew a Q&A would be so hard? I've got a little mosquito on my face. Is it difficult to communicate? Communicate? What even is that? Ah! That's it. Just lost an eyelash. Don't get magnetic eyelashes if you're planning on smashing your face in. Thank you. Come again.